As luck would have it for me, I'm right in the middle of a Project Atlas video that I'm trying to get together for you all to watch. And it's been raining for the last 4 days non-stop here in Missouri. So this video here is going to be delayed by about a week or two. So in the meantime, we'll go into the garage, we'll do some unboxing, and I'll also show you some video clips on some random parts that I've picked up over the last couple of months. So it's actually starting to rain right now, so let's get to it. You can see the Bobcat sitting here with the forks on it. That means that I brought something home. And what that something is this gigantic drive axle that's sitting in the bed of my truck. Now I drove to DeSoto, Missouri and picked this up after work yesterday. This was listed as a Marmon Harrington drive axle, but upon further investigation, it's actually a Rockwell. Threw me for a loop. Since the center section looks like a banjo, I thought it was actually a Timken front end. But this thing probably weighs 850 to 950 pounds. It actually makes the back of my truck squat down. You can see it actually has locking hubs on both sides, but let me get the camera set up. Hopefully the Bobcat will actually lift this and move it. If not, I might have to actually wait until I can get the backhoe back over to this property, but let's see how things go. I had the camera sitting right here. I'll have to look through the footage. I didn't drop it, but I set it down pretty quickly. I thought the Bobcat was tipping, but I just ran over this little bit of a hill behind it, so you'll have to check back in the footage of the truck to see how much this actually lifted back up, but it had the truck squatting pretty good. So I'll throw the tailgate shut here in a moment, but you can see these really nice locking hubs on both sides. It's not an International or a Ford because usually they stamp right in the center. Let me show you this side as well. Now, like I mentioned a minute ago, I thought this was a Timken front end because the center section looks like a big banjo. So now we'll walk over here to this International four-wheel drive and I'll show you what I'm talking about and why it looked like a Timken front end to me. This is my 59 International AC 170. This is a 2-ton four-wheel drive truck. And if we look under the front of it, you see how that center section looks like a big banjo? That's why that had me fooled. Similar to the one that I just unloaded out of the truck, but different enough. I'll show you the hubs on this one. Stamped right in the center is the International Harvester logo. This is also a 6-lug axle. Just for a reference to show you how they look similar, but they are totally different. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention, but with the locking hubs intact on both sides, the steering component still on this axle, I could not pass this up for $200. Personally, I think that's a steal. I know there's some people that will watch this video as a passerby and say I should throw it in a load of scrap iron. But that is worth $200 to me all day long. Let me tell you, we got done with that intro just in time because it's already started to rain out there. The first package I'm going to open up is from a buddy of mine named George, and he has a YouTube channel called You Wanna Watch. We'll take a look at this, and then I'll give you a snippet of what his channel is about. I already know what this is, but of course you don't. I've got a note in here. I'll take a look at that in a minute and see if it's something that I can share or if it's got some names in there. Got it packaged nicely. I appreciate that, George. Oh, and there it is. This is a 3/8 drive Mack ratchet, And they're a little bit harder to find in my area. I don't think a lot of hardware stores really offered these, but it has a plastic handle on there. I don't know if you can read the part number. This junk GoPro doesn't like to zoom in very good, so I'll read it off to you. It's a Mac XR8PA. 3/8 drive again. Very nice shape. Now I have this one now, which I'll throw in my normal toolbox. A lot of the times I take that toolbox to the salvage yard, and if I lost a really nice ratchet, I would be upset. I've got one quite a bit like it that's a Proto, and it took me forever to find one of these that was in good shape and had the plastic handle. Now this one I keep in my toolbox and I use on projects. This one will be the one that will travel to salvage yards, and I would still be upset if I lost it, but not as bad as losing that Proto. George is an incredibly nice fella. I've been watching his channel for a few months now. He started watching my videos as well. He done a video where he picked this up from a flea market and was talking about not really having a need for it, but knew that it was in nice shape and he could send it to someone. So I commented saying that I would buy it from him, talked back and forth with him for a few days, and he was kind enough actually to send this to me for free. I have quite a few tools that I don't need for my collection that he may be missing, so I think we're going to do some tool trading on this. But George, I greatly appreciate it, and now we'll throw in some clips of his channel and what it's all about.
Yo guys, what's going on? I am George and this is You Wanna Watch. Welcome back to the shop and welcome back to another project. I'm glad you guys can hang out with me today. I got a pretty good one. I got 4 Proto screwdrivers that I'm going to get restored and get back into service. I say without any further ado, we jump right into it. Let's go. There we go, look at that. Ferrule is off. Again, butt cap is off. Here's the shaft. That's going to make it a lot easier to clean up. After we're all done with that, then we can start on the handles. So let's buff these up. So there's the pinhole up top, pinhole here. I just want to try and line it up as I'm putting it back in. Alrighty guys, well I am quite happy with the way that these Proto screwdrivers came out. I really am. I replaced a pin in this cap, needed to. Alrighty guys, well we are all done with the Proto screwdrivers. I think we hit them completely out of the park. Those things came out absolutely gorgeous and I am 100% satisfied. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like always, stay safe, be safe, and we'll see you next week with another. Bye.
Alright, well I read the letter and I might have jumped the gun on what I just said, so I'll talk about this in a minute. But George sent some channel stickers of his own. Again, that's You Wanna Watch. I'll leave his channel linked in the video description below. Go ahead and check him out. If you like what you see, which I think you will, then go ahead and subscribe to him and help his channel grow. The videos that I've watched are family friendly. There's no cussing. A lot of the times he buys these tools at flea markets, estate sales, garage sales, things of that nature, just like I do. And then he'll clean them up and use them in his everyday job, which I think is incredibly awesome to still see these tools in use to this day. But he wrote this letter and says, "Hi Zane, I hope this finds you well. I hope you get a lot of good use out of this ratchet. If you need something else, don't hesitate to reach out. Please," underlined, "do not send me any tools for trade. I am swamped as it is. But if you have a HPD sticker, I'd love to have one for the shop fridge." You got that, George. "You have a fantastic channel. You should be very proud of it. It is very enjoyable and totally bingeable. Take care, George." I really appreciate those kind words, my friend. I'll definitely put these stickers you sent me on my toolbox over behind the camera, and I'll send you 2 of my own. This one, of course, is just the regular HPDG logo. And then the other one is my graduate of FHU, or Flashlight Holder University. If any of you have worked on projects with relatives, you know when you're a young kid, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be holding a flashlight, and you better keep the light on what your dad or uncle or aunt, whatever, is working on, or you get yelled at. So I'll send you both of these stickers, George, and hopefully they work good on your fridge. So now let's take a look at some of the other parts that I picked up over the last few weeks. I myself am a family-friendly channel, but most of these stickers I can't show you. They're not family-friendly. But there you go, George. I put you right next to Miss Frizzle holding an AR-15. Right in the top of the toolbox, my friend. Two-wheel drive International Travelall. I'd really like to buy that rear door, and I just might. Well, make that rear doors. See what the one on the passenger side looks like. Well, that's unfortunate. Worse than the one I already have. I mean, there is glass in there, but at the same time, I could probably have a local glass shop cut out one of these windows, since it's just flat. Both of the side windows are busted. That's a real shame this isn't a good door. Not much left on this old rig. Oh, are you looking for a hubcap? You might just find what you're looking for in here. Well, I'm at the point in my life that I realize when I find parts that are halfway decent, I just have to buy them. So I ended up picking up both of these doors. And just like I was talking about a few months ago when I picked these up, yes, you could have a glass shop, make a window, but I paid 40 bucks a piece for these, and I don't think that's bad. Of course, the one on the left is in incredibly rough shape, but it still has the latch mechanism and the mechanism to roll up the window. Completely smashed on the bottom down there. Pretty much no saving the bottom half of this door. But this one here, aside from the glass being cracked, is in very nice shape. It does have a small rust hole down here on the side, and along the bottom it is fairly rusty. But for 40 bucks, I really can't beat that. A lot of people don't know that I went to school for collision repair, which is fixing wrecked cars and trucks, doing auto body, and I'm halfway decent on fabrication when it comes to metal panels, but trying to make these curves and stuff around the back side of the door, it's pretty much impossible. So when you find something like this, you pretty much just got to buy it. 40 bucks a piece. Tell me if I'm crazy or not in the comment section. I got a lot of very kind subscribers. There's always one passerby that'll say I wouldn't even have paid 5 bucks for both of them, but everybody's got their own opinion, I guess. I don't think that's bad for what I paid. Up near the house, I have a really good driver's side door, and the passenger side door is smashed. And look at that, we come down here, and the passenger side door on my truck is also smashed. And if we look in the bed, there is yet another rear driver's side door. So I'm still looking for a passenger side door. This was sent to me all the way from Michigan by a longtime subscriber and friend of the channel, Max Northhouse. He's a great guy. I've actually met him in person. So he sent something to me. I got a really good idea of what it is, but without further delay, let's cut this open and see what's inside. Nice package job, by the way. Usually whenever I get stuff sent to the house. Looks like it's been run over by a tractor. I guess my mail carrier saves everything for a couple weeks in a row, smashes them into their vehicle, and just delivers them whenever they kind of feel like it. But this one survived. Oh wow, yep, exactly what I thought. These are springs for the ramps on a trailer. I would say utility trailer, but these things are pretty stout. These will work fantastic because I don't know if I've done a video at this point or not. I bought a triple axle equipment trailer and it doesn't have any springs for the ramps, and these will definitely come in handy. I'm going to show you a better view when I get this box out of the way. These are very heavy duty. Get the tape measure out. They're 1/2 inch round rod. It's been bent into the shape of a spring and will definitely come in handy on that triple axle trailer that I just bought. Thank you very much, Max. I'll definitely get good use out of these, and I appreciate you, Max, for sending this stuff my way. Now, don't ever feel obligated to send me anything, but if you ever want to send maybe some pictures of what you're working on, the type of projects that you've got in your garage or out in your driveway, you can always send them to my P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 851 in the beautiful small town of Bourbon, Missouri. Again, don't ever feel obligated, but if you want to reach out, maybe send channel stickers of your own or something like that I can put on my toolbox, there's always that opportunity. It's been a long and miserable day. Let's try to make this as short and sweet as I quite possibly can. I went to an auction today to try to buy a 1982, I think it was, Chevy Love that was sitting in a field in a fence row for about 20 years. Didn't run, didn't have a title. The truck was in pretty decent shape. I'll go ahead and throw a picture of it in here right now. The truck sold for $450. I have a way of getting a title here in Missouri through the court system, but it costs about $150, and it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So when you factor in the time of doing that on a little truck that doesn't run and probably has the wiring all ate up by mice, to me it's just not worth it. I honestly went there just to make sure that the scrapper didn't get it. But I did manage to score some stuff. I'll show that to you real quick, and then we'll get to the outro because it's been a long day. I'm pretty sure that I'm sunburnt. I forgot a hat. It rained for half the day, and then when the sun came out, it was brutal. So let's take you down off the stand and I'll show you what I got. First thing I bought was this Blackjack tire repair kit. It's got the reamer. It's got the T-handle that holds the tire repair compound. I paid 10 bucks for it. Don't know how much it goes online. I'll have to look that up. I probably paid more than what you would in the store for it, but it was there and I bought it. This box right here is entirely ignition coils. I believe all of them are brand new. I bought this whole entire box here for $1. Haven't really had a chance to look through it myself. EGR solenoid, trailer connector. Okay, so there's a trailer connector. That's definitely worth more than $1. Next, we got this bolt bin with all kinds of bolts in it. Got some wire nuts, hose clamps, which honestly I never used these style. Nails. Looks like adjusters for table legs. You never know when this stuff comes in handy. This blue one's about ready to fall apart though. Got more plugs, wire nuts, fuses. Brand new pack of fuses. For these 4 containers, I paid $10. Honestly, I mean, sometimes if you're working on something late at night and can't get a chance to run to the hardware store, these little bins, if you buy them from an auction, will definitely save you a lot of headache whenever your hardware store is closed. Let's take a look at the green one. Circuit breaker. Best buy of the day. I don't know if I can technically say it's the best buy, but I've been looking for one of these for about 6 months now. It seems like every time they're on Marketplace, they sell within a few minutes. It's an old Valvoline 18-gallon, I think these are, barrel. I plan on putting floor drying this in my shop. I paid $40 for it, but anytime I see these on Facebook Marketplace in my area, they go for about $75 to $100, so I don't believe that's too awful bad. It was holding water whenever I got it, which means I guess the bottom is actually in decent shape. It is rusted, but it's not pitted, so I think it'll work perfect for the floor dry in the shop here. I went to the auction to try to buy that Chevy Love, but in all honesty, I already have a million projects, so it's not really the worst thing in the world that I didn't buy it. It just would have sat out here in my fence row for probably another year until I could have tried to have got it started and running. But anyways, sometimes you can't win them all. I did get some stuff that I have been needing. Like I mentioned, it's been a long day, so let's make this short and sweet. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, it doesn't matter if you're working on your project in a garage or in your driveway. What matters is that you go out there, you do the job yourself, and you learn more about your project, whatever that project may be. Now that this video's over, how about you go outside and work on something? Anyways, my name is Zane. I'm sunburnt, and I'll try to catch you next time.